What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerdcast for the next episode of Pillars of Eternity. My name is Splattercat, and I'm happy to have you here today as we hang out and play Pillars of Eternity one more time. And I know I said that in close proximity to one another, but it's all good because I'm excited about playing the game today. This is one of those days where I looked down and I was like, well, I don't have to record Pillars of Eternity today, but it would be helpful if I doth. And therefore I did, because I felt like playing it. I can't go more than a couple days without playing this game. It's a very, very real addiction problem. Let's go back up in here. In the previous episode, we had taken home a little something to keep, or at least we had taken to keep something to home. I don't know. We had taken to keep to be our house. That's basically what I'm getting at right now. We had slain the master of the manor, and in that manor, we had gained ourselves a house. So that's pretty sweet. We've built I think we got the tavern all built so we can sleep upstairs now, which is exactly what we were doing to get everybody's HP back. I don't recall, what does that mean? The Eastern Barbican, nothing new to report. So it says that it actually like hits me up for a little bit. Okay, that's pretty awesome that it actually just like psychically lets me know what's going on at Der Keep. So we've got the Barbican. I don't think we have enough. We have 5 prestige right now, just in case. We don't have enough money to really do any of the upgrades, so we may have to walk away from that for a little while until we get a little bit richer and a little bit more stacked up. Let's go to our journal and figure out what we want to do right now, because I think that was where we had left off previously, is that I was sort of just wandering. I didn't really have a task for us to accomplish, and so I'd like to have, I don't know whether I'm going to focus mostly on main quests or side quests or what, but we could do the master below. That's definitely an option. We could go below Audnua and we could get back into the dungeon and we could see what we could find down there. Might be worth it. There's the ruins beneath Caed Nua. Sure, we can go to Adir, to the Records Archive. And where is this at? It's going to be at Defiance Bay. Okay, so a lot of things are pointing us at Defiance Bay right now. I'm under the impression that we probably missed a couple quests back in the other town as well. But as of right now, let's go back into the dungeon and let's see what we can accomplish here. I feel like having a dungeon crawling day, and I want to earn a little bit of money so that we can start working on some upgrades up and in here. How's that sound? If that sounds alright, I think we should just push on forward, or pull on forward. It doesn't matter what action you take as long as we move forward. I think people mostly see pulling as going backwards and pushing as going forwards. I don't know if that's part of their definition, but these are the things that I think about. And see, unless you turn around backwards, and then you're walking backwards to go forwards. Yeah, science. There it is. Let's go down the stairs. Alright, so we've already explored the majority of this area. I know that one of our characters, namely Kana, wanted to go down and see the dungeon. I think we were already in the dungeon, but I don't know if it counts until you go down to like the 3rd or 4th layer. Yeah, I'll apologize to you today. My voice might be a little bit scrabbly. My allergies are like 900% right now, and I forgot to take my pill yesterday, and so unfortunately I'm just like, my uvula is like the size of a baseball bat. It's all just unpleasant. My tonsils are like little enormous frustrated grapes in the back of my oh no, there's enemies back here. No, run away, you idiots. There we go. And so now we will collapse right there. Let's take our wizard and we'll have him go back there, back to there with our ranged characters. You get up in there with the bear, get up in there with, let's see here, a deer. There it is. And so now we should have very, very few problems. Lock that thing in combat right now. I don't want it going anywhere. Lock that one in combat too. And then we'll go on over to here. The AI really seems to resist the urge to take attacks of opportunity, and so if you can get them locked in, now that we're situated, let's get some fire on the big guy. There it is. Okay, the first volley has taken it out. Let's get some fire on the other big guy now. I don't think we'll have to throw around too many bonus spells or anything. We should be able to auto-attack this one down in true Diablo-esque fashion. I'm going to throw out a heal real fast. Doesn't appear to have helped too many people, but our foes have fallen, so that's all that I really care about anyways. Our foes have fallen from being hit in the face. We'll keep the big ol' F montage going right there. What's up in this room? Or at least what's down on the floor, I guess. I suppose we should sneak around too and see if we can find anything nice. Any secrets down in here? Oh look, there's some kobolds. Okay, well let's go kill some kobolds then. I don't think they're going to be that much of a challenge. Zaurips, I apologize, they're not kobolds. Well, if we find kobolds, I want to make them nobolds. I want them to be super, super dead, and that has nothing to do with their personal bravery. Looks like we've got we got Zaurip spears. Okay, I don't know what those are worth, but we might be able to sell them for a little bit. Got a couple of Zaurip shields. We got Zaurip tongues, okay. And then we have a heavy iron key, which I will take. The heavy iron key goes to something. I don't know exactly what it goes to right now, but obviously I don't think we'd have a key down here unless it was going to go towards some effect. Let's walk around the room for a second. I actually don't really like the fact that you have to use stealth in order to find like random stuff that's around. I wish it was just perception based. Like if you had skills in, I don't know, stealth or whatever else, you would find the things as you were walking around. I believe that's how it worked in Baldur's Gate, where it was just as you walked around. I don't recall it being related to stealth in that game, although it's been a really, really long time. Inside this crate, we find a battle axe, and then we find ourselves 13 pfennings, which is going to come out to 78 pfennings, actually. I'm certain, or 78 copper, I guess is what we're looking for right there. What are these? Cobblestones and bricks are bound to the rusted old cart by thick cobwebs. We've also got, what is that? The minor gauntlets of accuracy. I've been considering, we need to drop off his aura, I think. It lowers his attack speed. It does give him, I mean, it makes him really, really well defended. The problem is I can't guarantee... It doesn't lower his accuracy, which is what I was worried about. But it does greatly lower his attack speed. And so what I was hoping that would do is, I don't think it actually functions as a taunt, is what I thought it was. Ew, I did like one of those Winnie the Pooh whistles right there. That was weird. Nobody wants a Winnie the Pooh whistle. That's lame.
Here we are. To think we are so close. Beneath our very feet lie the endless paths built by Ard-Nua, the great Engwithan king. Well, up here this is all Adiran, of course, but should we descend far enough, we will find some real history. To uncover that great king's tomb would be a dream. But it is one of his servants I am after, Gabranos, a powerful mage and a dedicated scholar. A keeper of lore, just as I mean to be.
In this world, being a lore master is sort of like being a Highlander. You have to, like, kill them and take their stuff. You'd be like, there can be only one knowledgeable and educated person! Like, you gotta, it's difficult.
He was in possession of the Tanvi Oratoa, or whatever form of it preceded the one we know. I've seen it in ruins, alongside Gabranos' name. Scraps of the same symbols and verses we know in Rauatai. He must have held the words in high regard. Or perhaps he was even the author.
Well, let's start looking then.
If my sources are correct, Gabranos will have brought the text with him. It will probably be within a library, or a tomb perhaps. It tends to be one of the two.
Well, there you go.
Let's be off.
Indeed. Although I'd rather be on our A game instead of off. So this is the entrance down here. Okay, so that's the entrance. I know there's stuff we haven't cleared out of here right now, and I want to make sure that we get every single enemy taken care of. As I recall, there was a pretty big battle up here with a bunch of humans that I don't think we had resolved. So let's take are they zombies? What are they? They're just looters? Okay. So what I want, let's take all of our ranged guys. And I'm going to take somebody up in here. Where's my... I need her. That's who I need. I need you right now. And I don't mean that in any sort of, like, frisky way. I'm just saying that we got a looter over there. I'm looking for mages is what I'm looking for, because that's who we're going to dogpile on first. See if we can just really, really hurt a mage first. We've got a gold-packed knight. What is a gold-packed knight doing down in here? Oh, well. I'd rather a gold-packed day, but I'll take gold packed into any orifice around, you know, any time of day, in all honesty, if that's going to be the stipulation. Let's go after the mage. And so there's that right there. Oh my god. That guy went straight G mode. Okay, so you stand tight over here and guard their flanks. On this side, I'm going to need... These guys might be more badass than I thought they were. It looks like we're taking a little bit of damage on this side. However, she does have her endurance ability. So let's go Savage Defiance, I guess. And that should help her right there. We got one down on that side. Adir should be able to hold everybody off without having to switch targets right now, because his defenses are really, really good. I don't know what engagement necessarily means. I assume that it has nothing to do with the marital status of our character. But for right now, I'm going to keep it on the DL. Let's open up firing on these guys. Okay, no, do that right there. I'm going to need you to come around and get on that gold-packed knight. You'd think he wouldn't be so... I'm going to stop making these jokes, but you'd think he wouldn't be so good at fighting if he was packed with gold. I'm going to bring you around to over here. We're going to put you into Frenzy. And once Frenzy's up, we're going to get you started right there. Let's continue to fire. We have no damage done to anybody, so we're standing in really, really good regards right now. As I say that, he just took a big hit. Let's put out some flame. Okay, so there's a little bit more damage to go around. We'll keep everybody right here. And that was actually a fairly simple auto-attack combat. I thought we were going to have to go to a lot more effort to get that one cleared out. Hopefully we find ourselves some very nice gear, which is what I'm searching for. I'm looking for stuff that we can vendor and get rid of. Got a dead guy up there, but let's go through this loot first. So we got a couple of hoods and helms and other related accessories. We've got a couple of lockpicks. Disappointing, actually. Really disappointing, considering how much gear those guys were carrying around with them. Alright, well, can't be helped at this point. We've got a frog's helm. We've got a chicken. I don't know if I would take a chicken that's been laying around. And we got some copper skates. Or some, I guess it's skates. I don't know if they're skates or skites or how you say it. But either way, a skite sounds like a bad word. It'd be like, away from me, ye slattern, ye skite. It seems like the kind of word that would get you slapped if you said it in polite company. So, I'm not going to like saying it, and they can't make me. Is that the entire dungeon cleared out? No, we still got stairs and stuff over here, too. Well then, since there's still stairs to be gained, I figure in the interest of having people gaze at us in an over-intense fashion, let's just go around and see what we can find here. This is where we fought the Spider Queen. Lost a little bit of health right there. I don't know how long that's going to hold together. Let me look for anything hidden in the slats or whatever up here at the top. It doesn't look like there's anything there, but I would also... That looks like it's made out of copper. Copper is worth a stupid amount of money in real life. Like, seriously, people act like gold is valuable, but for real, we're running out of copper. Like, as a natural resource, copper is vanishing and dwindling. It's becoming stupidly expensive. Like, thieves in my hometown found out that they use a lot of copper when they create manhole covers, and so they started, like, stealing those and just leaving big holes in the road, and they would take them to recycling places that would give them, like, 150 bucks for them. Steal, like, 8 or 9 of them a day. Lots and lots of money. That's a big-ass thing of Adra. Can we go? Oh, we can walk on the Adra. Okay. So I'm walking on Adra. Where does this go? We're going to pop out someplace special? Aw, man. Was that blocked from the other side the last time that we went in there? Okay, well, we cleared out the dungeon. That's fine. I think that what I'd like to... How do I... Oh, you dismissed them like so. Okay, so I wanted to dismiss the... Ranger for a second. I wanted to play around with Durance because Durance seemed like the kind of guy that might be... Oh, so wait, that's just... Hold on, let me see what Durance has real fast. I want to see exactly what he do. So Durance, what do you do? He's at 249 health? Oh, I'm sorry, health. Oh, I thought his endurance was 249. I was like, oh my god, that's a hell of a lot of health for, what is that, a rod? And then he's got Durance's staff. And so he can attack people with those. What does the rod do? Does it shoot, or what does it do? It has piercing and slashing. Okay. Well, the gloves of accuracy, I'll probably put on him. Unfortunately, they don't show up. That makes me a little bit sad. I was hoping that they would. I'll give him the more awesome hat, too. That's definitely the hat from Dark Souls. I don't know if I've seen a helmet like that before. It's a little bit high up. Like, his eyes don't line up properly with you. You have to look downwards every time you're trying to look out the front of the helm, but... What do I know about anything? We got a fine club right there. I'll probably throw that back into the stash. Let's throw everything into the stash. I see no reason to be carrying around a lot of this random refuse. We'll throw the helm back up in there. All that stuff. There it is. The greatsword. Got a whole bunch of notes. Probably put those up in there too, just in the interest of keeping our inventory nice and cleared out. That's just the way that I like to roll. Okay, so now we're good right there. Durance, do you have a spell book? Like, what are you? Durance is a clergyman. Ah, so he's another priest. Well, then he's not really going to do us that much good. I guess we could go double priest on this. It wouldn't be the worst choice ever. He's level 4, which means that he's leveled and he's ready to go. If we jump into our stash, I'm sure I've got some gear that he can use. Like, we can give him, like, a shield. And then we can give him, like, anything, really. Like a fine sword, and that'll work out. I don't know if he has any weapon proficiencies or whatever, but we'll take a look in just a second and try and figure it out. And then for armor, we could give him something with a reasonably high recovery speed. No. Deer wooden... There we go. Deer wooden clothing, I don't think is really going to be... He's got helmets and stuff. Give him that right there. Give him a cape. And that side, the scale mail is minus 35. I think that's a decent call. That gives him enough recovery time. Yeah, let's get him equipped up. Let's get him nice and equipped. So we'll get rid of his... What does his stave count as for right now? Improved reach, burning lash, 25% burning damage. So it's actually... It's a fire staff. Okay, so maybe we should leave him with that. And then if he gets caught up in really serious melee combat, we can swap him into a sword and board type configuration. For right now, though, let's put a helmet on him. Let's get some scale mail on him. And then we'll get a cape on him. Let's get his colors done properly as well so that we know that he's part of the crew when we're running around. There it is. And on that side, we'll give him a little bit of white. Yeah. All right, so Durance is part of the group now. So Durance, are your casts more or less the exact same? Okay, so they are, but that actually gives us options. That gives us, I think I may just go with double healer. It might not be a bad plan given the way that damage aggregates very, very quickly in this game. It aggregates and it aggravates very, very quickly, and so I try to stay on top of it. Let's go down in here. The main reason that I'm doing this is because I've heard through the grapevine. Where is, like, the starting point? Ah, there it is. So level 1 takes us to right there. Okay, so that's kind of cool. I love the way that it's hand-drawn. That's really beautiful. I don't know. I love watching other people draw because I can't draw. Like, speaking as someone who spent his entire life trying to learn how to draw and just has no natural talent for it, whatever, and then watching everybody else around him seemingly have at least some moderate amount of value. Like, I can make stick figures. That's about the best that I can do. I'll probably go... There's Deerford Village over there. That might be kind of cool. And what is this? This is Defiance Bay, so that's the next place that it wanted us to head. We have the Twin Elms over there. Let's go back to Gilded Vale real fast to see if we can't lock down a couple more quests, because honestly, I've noticed other people in their playthroughs and stuff like that have done quests that I have not done, and I don't know if I missed them or maybe if I just breezed through them without thinking about it, but we did 4 or 5 of them, and so I thought that we may have gotten them all. I don't know if we should go to Radrick's Hold either. I've heard that that's bugged. So there are a lot of like random little issues that I've been reading on the forums about where if you go to a location it like breaks your game. And so if we end up going to any of these places, what I'll try and do is I'll try and keep it locked down such that... Did I grab those plants right there? Yeah, grab those plants. Awesome. Bare-assed Bell. I figure... Do we go in the houses and stuff to look around? Maybe that's the best plan. So we already got the quest from right there. I can't recall if this is what's in this house right here. This is the house where we helped, or at least we found the murderers, but we let them off the hook because they said the guy was abusive, and I just took their word for it because I'm a giant, easy-to-convince noob. Over on this side, that could have just been like the best excuse ever for them and just totally gotten them off the hook, by the way. They could have just lied and been like, he was an abuser! And he actually wasn't, and they just like knifed him in an alley. These ladies over here don't have anything for us. They've just got a couple little bits of storyline that you can like read. You can read their minds, and they've got like a little bit of backstory for each of them. And it is a good story. I've read some of them in between episodes, but for right now, I just wanted to check locations and make sure. Do the plants come back? I can't verify it, but I feel like the plants come back. I think what I want to do is for our cleric. Let's try some enchanting, shall we? We haven't done anything like that yet. I don't know if we wanted to go... So he's using a mace right now. Let's enchant the mace. It's used up none of its little modification things, so we can increase its quality. We can either make it accurate, or we can make it damaging. Let's go for damaging since we have more of the parts. And so it's got damaging 1. We can go burning lash, or we can go freezing lash. Corrosive lash, unfortunately, we're lacking whatever these little brown poo balls are. Oh, they're primal rocks. And then for shocking lash, we're lacking primal water. We do have primal fire, though, so I might go ahead with that. That seems pretty cool. And slaying, these require... Oh, you have to be... Do you have to be level 5 in order to get that done? Or does my lore have to be level 5 in order to get that done? Because I could just pass it off to a new human being. I don't know if that's something that we should be focusing heavily on, like making sure that everybody's all enchanted out and ready to go. Hey. It seems like a decent plan, does it not? It seems like the sort of plan that would be wise. I mean, an extra 25% damage on a 20 damage hit, that's a considerable amount of pain that you're dealing to the enemy as like a bonus. We've got Thayal, Phaelion down there. I'm just going to keep myself tabbed out as we run through here. Holding that down to make sure that we've got everything. Honestly, I can't really imagine that we missed too much. I don't think we did. Let's just keep on trucking. So we already did McGrand's Fork. We go from Black Meadow down to Modmere Bridge. So let's go there. And once we've bridged this watery little gap, we should be alright. I had debated taking out the loading screens, but they seem to be quick enough. Oh, are we all tired out already? What's that going to do? That's going to be minor fatigue. Well, I think that we'll be fine. Let's go back through here. I just got a phone call from Los Angeles. The most random shit ever. Like, I get some weird calls sometimes. Like, there's a couple that I've memorized. I get one from out in Indiana somewhere because it's my guy that supplies... I've got a salesman that they've assigned to me for whenever I buy, like, music and recording studio supplies. And so he calls me like once a month just to make sure everything's cool. And I actually enjoy my conversations with him because he knows what I do on YouTube. And he like actually watches my videos and stuff like that. Either that or he's a smart businessman and he's bullshitting. One or the other. But either way, touche, businessman. What's in here? What? When did I not loot that? Oh man, I'm lame. I'm a terrible adventurer. What kind of adventurer just leaves free coins behind? Me, apparently. That's exactly the kind. It looks like we already hit this zone over here, so I think I'll probably just go forward with our adventure. We'll go down southwards here to Modmere Bridge, and we'll see what's waiting for us. Hopefully it's nothing too nasty. It's probably going to be camp, though, just like in Dragon Age. 100 dudes on the bridge just like, "Behold, I am awesome and you are not. Therefore I strike you with blunt objects about your brow." Okay, well, it looks like we've made some friends over here. Enemy down. We are pretty fatigued right now, I think. Actually, no, we're not. Why are they so much more fatigued than everybody else? Interesting. I wonder why nobody else is fatigued. I will take all that and load it into the stash, just in case. Keep an eye out for any random plants around that could be helpful, because I do think they're going to be useful for both potions. Auto attack this little turd. Looks like we're not really going to be up against much over here. Like, alright. Hurting their self-esteem is being damaged badly right now. What's up with all these debuffs? Oh, they're fatigued. Okay. There we go. Now that that's been handled, we'll grab our plants, our little spring berries. I think we might be a little bit too... Well, we have minor fatigue right now. I think we could ride it out a little bit longer without having to worry about anything going too badly. Let's sneak around the camp and see if they've hidden anything, because my guess is that if these are modifications of kobolds, they're actually crafty and they leave things all over the place. We've got a fine hatchet right there. We got that right there. Actually, what I'm going to do is we'll camp right here. May as well, since we got free supplies right there. And so there's our camp. Brutish warrior has arrived, seeking employment. And so they just have like random names then, and then I get to finish them off once they get started. Let's continue to sneak around. I'll go grab that little moldy thing. I did see it. I just don't want to go grab it right now. I love the maps in this game. It is so nostalgic from back in the Infinity Engine days, I swear. Like, they really did a great job at both modernizing and also conjuring nostalgia for the Infinity Engine. It's actually pretty amazing. So we got a couple of dudes over here. Vanessa Smedley, Lars Nilsson. Okay, so a couple people over there, but none of them appear to be hostile. They've all locked on to me being sneaky up in the bushes, although that would make me super suspicious if I saw some guy with a fiery staff sneaking around in the bushes. Let's go see if we can find a few more friends around here, because obviously I'm not the kind of person that likes to leave anything behind. A couple of these little dudes back up in here. He got pretty much one-shotted. He got OTK'd pretty quick. A little bit more loot over here, which makes me happy, because obviously we need vendor fodder very, very badly, and that should earn us a couple hundred coins with everything we've picked up during this adventure. Pretty sure that lavender right there is going to be lootable. Got a troll on this side. Fire damage should assist with him, I think. Let me take... I very much prefer... Oh, okay, so that's him. I very much prefer to knock these down and not leave them standing, just in case. Unfortunately, the knockdown didn't go through. This one seems to be a lot more tough than the last couple. Let's consider then. Let's ignite him. Since we are taking a little bit of damage here. I may also consider... Let's get maybe some magic missiles up in there. Do a little bit of damage. We'll throw out some of our consumable spells too. Although hopefully not by too much. I don't want him to go into combat just yet. Come on, bring him down. He's got a lot of blood to bleed, and he's regenerating pretty quickly, too. There we go. We got him down and taken care of. And that's going to give us another... Oh, good. We've 12% research trolls. Got a little bit of troll flesh right there, which I'll throw into the bag. For right now, it doesn't look much like there's much... Oh, there's some Zaurips down there. My mage saw him first. That's unfortunate. That is not going to work out very well. Not going to pan out for this little pot sticker. Let's go... That looks good. I keep forgetting that I only have 2 ranged people now, and it's throwing me off. I need to pay attention to my chanter better, too, but the combats haven't been long enough just yet for his rotation to go all the way through. Zaurip should be down and dealt with really, really quickly. We can't go any farther north that way. A little bit more loot to have, along with the Audra. I don't know what we're going to be using the Audra for later on. Maybe for upgrading something, perhaps? It seems to be common enough to where, like, we find it a lot, which makes me think it's not like a rare crafting material or anything, but at the same time... It doesn't show up enough, so I'm wondering what we use it for. It almost strikes me as dropping at a currency-like rate. I don't know. We'll find out. Where are you, Peregrine? Curse my luck, the woman mutters, kicking her foot into the ground and upturning a clod of soil. As you approach, her ears twitch as she turns to greet you. Hail, traveler, she says with a half-hearted hand wave. The bridge to Defiance Bay is out. If that's where you're headed, you'll need to find another route. What destroyed the bridge? The river's been rising on account of all the storms. Here, where the river narrows, the flooding did most of the damage. The Orland woman folds her arms, a scowl overtaking her face. Guess they didn't make things to last around here, do they? One of the stone columns collapsed in a flash flood, taking the whole middle section of the bridge out to sea. Modmere Bridge was the most direct route from Gilded Vale to Defiance Bay. Merchants and travelers now have to find boat passage or add days of travel to loop around the bay. So I started a ferry service thinking I'd earn some coin and help others across over to the bay. Peregrine shakes her head, her ears twitching as she speaks, and that was a bigger mistake than that time I allowed a cipher to court me. Mistake, how so? I had been attempting to turn a quick copper, but she bites her lip, her face turning flush with anger. Just my luck. The blasted currents threw my ferry into the rocks and dashed it and my profits to pieces. Making matters worse, when I went to prowl the shore to salvage whatever shipping crates didn't sink, a pair of looters attacked me. She stomps her foot into the ground. Damn brigands had the nerve to attack. I managed to avoid harm, but now they've stolen by force all that's left of my fortune. She eyes you for a long second, her hand cupping her chin. You know, you look like you'd fare better against those looters than little old me. Could I enlist your help? Yeah, I'll take a look. Peregrine smiles wide, her ears perking up. Thank you. I'm sure those things have made a mess of my stock, but maybe there's something there to be saved. Hey. Alright, and so I'm going to break it off right here. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerdcast for the next episode of Pillars of Eternity. I look forward to seeing you all in future episodes. Hi, do out there, everybody. I'll see you next time.